Hello everyone! Welcome back to Full Invasion. This is Highlanders versus Black Powder era. Kind of the exact opposite of yesterday, whereas there was, 70 people playing. Now there's like 7. Same time of day as yesterday when I recorded it. Totally different amounts of people on. Also, my sword is apparently invisible, but it is there. It's a two-hander. It's probably what's on my back right now, I would guess. Yachts. Can I pick up their guns? Are there any bullets? Should be. Oh god. Hi. Hey, there we go. My sword's no longer magical. Nice. Now, do any of you have any bullets? Any bullets? Hi. Charge me again. Oh. Hi. Oh. Well, Nah. Hopefully we can find a cartridge for this gun. If not, it at least looks fancy on my back. We can still use this bayonet, though. Oh well. So, I talked a little bit about that book, Star Wars Bloodline. I ended up staying up like all night and finishing it. It is good. It is good. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the new ones, the old ones. I mean, it revolves around Leia, and she's great. Definitely worth it. Audiobook, so good. It really adds a lot. Like, the last audiobook I listened to, they're not something I really focused on that much. I just usually read. Oh, man, what was the last one I listened to? Hold on, I'm trying to... There we go. It's probably been like at least 2 years. Maybe even longer. It was some sci-fi book. I don't even remember what it was called. It focused around space combat, but I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, but that one was just a person reading the book. Did some kind of variations of their voice for the different characters still, like, and it was cool. But this Star Wars, maybe just because it's Star Wars and there's so much behind Star Wars, but this one had like a lot of production. It had a lot of songs, a lot of familiar songs, had a lot of familiar noises. Whenever the narrator would be like, and a droid, floating nearby, you'd hear a sound of a droid. And when someone was speaking through a holo, which is like a phone, their voice would sound distorted, like the narrator's voice was down, like it was coming through a holo. So like there's a lot of high production values for this audiobook, and it was really impressive. If all audiobooks are like that, I am on board. But I'm just kind of thinking that it's just because it's Star Wars. It's kind of a big deal. So probably more money was put behind this. But yeah, my review is 4 Death Stars out of 5. 10 Starkiller bases out of 1 million. How else can we rate this? 20 out of 30. That was my Chewbacca scream. Listen. I'm not a Wookiee, alright? You couldn't tell. I could probably do a better one. But, because you gotta get your throat vibrating. I can't, I'm not gonna do that when I'm recording this. I had a friend, though, who I used to work with a long time ago. And man, he did such a good Chewbacca. He could do like all the variations. It was great. Because when we were working, this was like probably 10 years ago. Working at retail, we would be, walking up the aisles, cleaning up things, putting things back in the place, whatever you do in retail. And we would just like look at each other, look around for if there's any customers or whatever, and they'd just be like, just so loud. Oh, man. There was some fun that was had at that job, which made managers somewhat angry. But like, at the same time, me and this dude joked around a lot. It was just Chewbacca yelling, but we were also great workers, so they didn't fire us. Oh man, those some fun times. I'm gonna die. It would be loud because we would be at opposite ends of an aisle, and the store went in really deep. I can't tell you how long the aisles were. Pretty long. Think about like because it was an office store, a Staples. So I don't know if you've ever been in Staples, and they all probably look different anyway. But if you've been in like a decent sized retail store, imagine the aisles. That's how long. And we would be at opposite ends, so just yell out the Chewbacca. Oh my god. Anyway, still makes me laugh thinking about that. Because one of our managers, this like very serious dude who looked like he could be in The Godfather. He was just like one of those guys. He even kind of talked like, and he had all these rings on his finger, like all this crazy like necklace get up. I never asked him about it, but it looked like he was a retired gangster. And he was this big dude, but he was a manager at our store. And after like the first couple times, my buddy would do the Chewbacca yell. At the end of the night when we were closed up the store, he'd be like, "Now I don't know which one of you are doing that little Chewbacca sound, but it needs to stop." Just the way that he looked and talks, but he was a nice guy though, and we would continue doing the Chewbacca sound, and he eventually just let it go. He's like, whatever. Again, because he was the type of manager who really appreciated good workers, and we were really good. We were really good. Dedicated. Especially for that age. We were like, it's 17, 18. What 17 and 18 year old is going to be a dedicated worker at a retail store, like, not many, because I worked with a lot of them, and a lot of them were like, whatever. This job. See, our manager let us get away with a lot of stupid shit. Simply because we worked. It was so funny when you brought it up the one time, though. He's kind of fat, big dude, just has like 2 rings per finger, and like they're heavily jeweled, and has this giant gold necklace. Like, I really want to know what his backstory was, but I just never asked him because we weren't that close, He's like, "Who's making that Chewbacca sound?" Oh man, trust me, it was a funny sight. One of those you had to be there moments, but it's pretty good. Die! Let me use this gun. Oh, it has no bullets. Is every boss wave just... Oh. I had 70 kills? What the what? I didn't even know I was playing this that long. Aw. More Sparta. Alright, well. You just did this yesterday, but... Who's making that Chewbacca sound? It needs to stop. But to be fair, also, we would only do that when there was like nobody in the store. Usually late at night. Still though. Oh, that's so funny. You're like the son I never had. I just envisioned him as this retired gangster, so. Oh man. You just see this, like, he was really decked out in rings. I'm not kidding when I say 2 rings per finger, maybe minus the thumbs. And a lot of them were just had these giant jewel... Straight up, like, looked like a stereotypical mob boss of, like, the 50s, 60s, I don't know. Whenever they would wear that type of stuff, I have no idea. The voice. Notice how I'm hitting people when I'm aiming ahead of them? Damn latency. Like, my spear wasn't even connecting with the people I was hitting on my screen. I'm trying to think of other stories from that time. Like, I have a lot, but a lot of them are really like you just needed to be there and be part of the group. Like, I don't think they'd really be funny without that. There was another job I had though when I was a waiter, and a couple of my friends, these bastards, a couple of my friends would take advantage of me being a waiter, and they would come in all the time, and I would let them order off the kids menu. And typically for the kids menu, a person had to order, like, one person had to be an adult and had to order like a normal meal, and then their child would order the kids meal. And you know, they were my friends. I was like, here, listen. So I told them to, like, the thing about the kids meal is that you kind of almost got more for less, and that's how it was at this particular place. And the thing is, usually you can't abuse it because, you know, not everyone's a kid. And man, they would come in like 4 times a week when I was a waiter and just order kids meals. And eventually one of my managers was like, hey man, I noticed you rung up some kids meals. There's no like adult meals here. And I was like, oh, whoops. And then I just kept doing it. That job I didn't really care about. But man, they... talk about abusing friendship, man. They keep it all the time. It was funny though, because then this motherfucker... Like, my good friend of my entire life. This bastard was the worst person to wait on ever. He would always ask for more water. He would always ask for more everything. He was doing it on purpose. Because, you know, that's what friends do. They give each other a hard time, right? And then this motherfucker... I remember one time I went after they had left. He left me a penny. If you don't know what a penny is, it's the cheapest amount of currency in the US. The cheapest. It's worthless. It's basically worthless. This motherfucker left me a penny and then laughed about it. He still tells me that story to this day. He's like, hey man, remember that one time I left you a penny? I'm like, yeah man, I remember. I remember you left me a penny. Son of a bitch. Oh, friends. I also served my friends illegally. I served them alcohol. Because at the time, they were only like 20. And here in the States, you gotta be 21. At least to buy alcohol. Especially in a restaurant. And, you know, again, I didn't really care. I probably could have gotten into a lot of trouble. Never got caught, but I would serve them alcohol. We're all 20 years old. Didn't care. I think I got asked once by the bartender, like, did you check their IDs? And I was like, oh yeah, no, they're 21. Luckily, they never caught on that they were my friends. Or else they may have found that a little suspicious. At the least, I probably would have gotten fired. Because serving alcohol in a restaurant like that to minors, which is what they would be considered, could legitimately get that place in a lot of trouble. Like, that's a law, you know? But I didn't think about it at the time. Left me a penny. Like, really, the penny is supposed to be an insult to a waiter that you don't like. Is really what that's there for. Ugh. Fired me up, man. Gave them excellent service. Got a penny. That mother... Luckily, he only did it once, though. The Persian charge! Run! Or just get in the towers. Or hide in tents. That works too. Ooh. Down the back. Truly an epic fight here at the edge of the hill. Ooh, in the face. I'm not feeling the Spartan unity in this. Considering everyone is just for themselves. This person is just like, well, I mean, you could try to attack, but you may die with so many people attacking you. Yep. Person just taking a break, admiring the sky. Shield's got to give out sometime. Ooh, using a Xiphos on a horse. A Xiphos is not a long-range weapon. I don't know how much you're gonna get with that. Or not long enough, really, to use on a horse. That shield is holding on, holy crap. Alright, Spartan shield's OP. This person's just questioning life. As one does on a horse, on a tent. Good job indeed. Way to go. That's going to do it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all next time.